So this is in German, and I'm gonna do my best at translating. The question in German is, was würdest du sofort auf der Welt verändern, wenn du es könntest? Which roughly translates over, what would you change in the world immediately if you could? What would I change immediately? Honestly, this one's kind of easy, except it's not just one, it's three things. One, I would love for people to learn how to love and forgive themselves, to have compassion towards themselves. Because I know for me, that was kind of a huge game changer. Learning to love myself, or rather teaching myself to do so, is basically the catalyst that allowed, oh my god, a whole new world. It's truly absolutely life-changing when you become your very own personal cheerleader and best friend, and you're there for yourself through everything. Because from day one to day, who knows how long you got you. And it's so much better to have a kind voice who's always just pointing out all the cool things that you've got going on, rather than a voice who's just pointing out all of your flaws and not leaving you alone in any conversation, in any moment, any bit of your life. I've had both. A huge portion of my life I spent just being absolutely cruel to myself. It was probably something that most people really can relate to. That inner voice that doubts you, that inner voice that points out all of your flaws while you're talking to people, or just anything you do. And that is just, honestly, it was just learned behavior. It's repetition. And when you start changing that to be more grateful about everything around you and about yourself, and noticing all the cool things that you do bring to life, it's a game changer. And well, it starts, at least it started for me, with forgiving myself. Because that voice that you kind of couldn't let go up until then would always just bring up those things that happened in your life, or what you did that was embarrassing, or that what you did was terrible, or whatnot. And then just forgiving myself for that moment, and just realizing, hey, I'm doing this for the first time, and so long as I take what I did and learn from it, and just next time don't and do it differently, then that's okay. Forgiving yourself leads to being kinder to yourself and more compassionate. And the cool thing is, when you are kinder and more compassionate with yourself, you're kinder and compassionate with others. Yeah, so forgiveness is definitely a big one there. And then just letting go. Letting go. Oh my god. Yeah, that was huge. Huge for me, for sure. Sometimes in life you experience terrible things. And you could either hate the world, hate those people, hate everything that happened to you, and be bitter. Long after all of that's already passed. Or you can be like, hey, not at all what I would have preferred. It's in the past now, and that's where it gets to stay. And when you are able to successfully let go of that and no longer let that be part of your identity, and then from that moment on, just take the world in a whole new stride, just be open, be curious, and honestly recognize that what hurt you in the past does not need to be, and honestly is undeserving of being projected onto your future. For example, if a certain group or gender of people did terrible things to you, or hurt you or something, no, it's unfair to anyone that you come in contact in future with to put that pain onto them and mistrust them, because you don't know them. They don't know what you've been through, and they're likely not going to hurt you. And that requires a lot of self-trust. It really does. What it requires is that you know that no matter what happens, you're going to get through it. And the scariest shit can happen. And you've already gone through so much. But you've survived that. You've survived that. You're stronger now than you ever were before. And so, whatever comes, you know, you trust, you'll handle it. And those are two huge components of learning self-love. I know it might not really sound like that plus that equals that, but it really does have a lot to do with each other.